Tsunamis are some of the most terrifying forces of nature. Today, we're diving into 4 real-life tragedies where people faced unimaginable pain and horror. Let's get into it. Our first story takes us to Banda Aceh, Indonesia, during the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. Imagine standing on a sunny beach when the ocean suddenly retreats, exposing the seafloor. People walked closer, curious, not realizing what was coming. Moments later, a wave as tall as a 10-story building roared in. One victim, a fisherman named Amir, was out at sea when the tsunami hit. His boat was capsized, and he was pulled into violent currents. Imagine being tossed around like a rag doll, wreckage slamming into you from all sides, pieces of wood, metal, and even entire trees. Amir clung to a broken piece of his boat, gasping for air between waves, but the relentless power of the tsunami was too much. He was eventually dragged underwater, lost in the chaos. His body was found miles inland, battered and broken, a stark reminder of the sheer force of the water. Thousands faced similar fates that day, making it one of the deadliest tsunamis in history. Next, we're heading to Japan on February 11th, where the Great East Japan earthquake triggered a tsunami, reaching 133 feet. Entire towns were wiped off the map in minutes. Among the victims was Akiko, a mother of 2. She rushed to the roof of her house, clutching her children, hoping the height would save them. But when the wave hit, it wasn't just water. It was a wall of destruction. Cars, entire houses, and trees all crashing forward with unthinkable force. Akiko managed to hold on to her children as the roof began to collapse. Witnesses described hearing desperate cries for help as people were swept away. Akiko and her children were eventually ripped apart by the current. Days later, her body was found tangled in the ruins miles away. The tragedy left survivors haunted by the screams they couldn't forget. In 1998, a 7.1 earthquake off Papua New Guinea's coast caused an undersea landslide, triggering a tsunami that killed over 2,000 people. Entire villages were wiped out in an instant. Manu, a young boy, was playing on the beach with his friends when the wave struck. The water pulled back suddenly, exposing the ocean floor. Curious Manu and others ran forward to explore, unaware of the looming danger. When the wave hit, it came with a deafening roar. Manu was swept off his feet, dragged into the violent currents. Survivors later described being tossed like leaves in a storm, unable to breathe as the water churned with destruction. Manu was pinned beneath a collapsed tree, unable to free himself. His screams for help were drowned out by the chaos. When the wave finally receded, Manu's lifeless body was discovered among shattered homes and uprooted trees. The speed and unpredictability of the tsunami left no time for escape. Finally, let's go back to 1755, when the Lisbon earthquake triggered a massive tsunami. The water first retreated, exposing treasures on the ocean floor. People rushed out thinking it was a miracle or a sign from God. Moments later, a towering wave swept them away with unimaginable force. Thomas, a merchant, was on the docks when the wave struck. He tried to save his family, but the water surged through the streets, carrying entire buildings with it. Tomas was thrown against stone walls, his body crushed by falling rubble. Fires ignited by the earthquake spread quickly, adding another layer of horror. Tomas's remains were found days later, charred and broken.